The paintbrush. Lend me your ear, my friend. On the curb sat a child, lonely, but loved by God. God asked him, "Child, why do you sit by yourself in this crowded world?" The child replied, "Because I don't understand the attitude of the multitude. I am saddened by the want of material things and the lack of wholesome love." God replied, "My child, what do you know of wholesome love that only I can show or give?" The child replied, "I don't know much, but I do know the longing for a hug, the longing for an intimate kiss without the form of pleasure. I know pain from a scraped knee and witch hazel and alcohol that burns when applied, but it's for the best to clean the wound or infection. I know that love is supposed to be genuine, unique, and authentic, though I don't understand the meaning of these words." The child sighed as he finished his response. At this time, God smiled with joy and said to the child, "My child, I'll present you with a gift and a job if you will accept." The child jumped for joy at the sound of the word gift and came to a calm pause at the word job. "Please don't give me a rake to rake leaves, a mower to mow yards, a strong back to pull yokes as oxen, or a strong heart to take much pain. Can I please have a gift that will bring joy every day of my life? Something that will bring joyfulness to my heart as every task is complete? I would be so thankful if that's what you have. I've been tricked before." The Lord smiled again and said, "My child, the love that I give is only to build joy wholeheartedly, and I can see all that I have set forth for you. My gift shall bring you joy every day of your life, as long as you take heed to my instructions on how to use it." The child began to jump again with excitement and curiosity. Oh Lord, my God, please tell me what it is. Please, Lord, I'm at the pinnacle of my excitement and my heart is about to explode." God smiled and said, "My child, your gift is a paintbrush." The child's excitement stopped mid-air, as if he were Jordan jumping from the free throw line. His smile slowly dropped like the sun setting on a winter solstice. "But Lord, what can I do with a paintbrush? Yes, it is pretty, laden with gold and the brush with the finest silk, which looked to be continuously wet with a clear shiny paint. What shall I do with this paintbrush without a canvas? I know that every perfect gift comes from you, and I know that you have explained that this gift will bring me joy all the days of my life, but what shall I do with it?" God replied, "I will give you the attitude of prosperity, encouragement, gratitude, wisdom, my knowledge, my understanding, strength that only I can provide, eyes that see, ears that hear, the ability to discern intentions of others, and my armor to protect you and the ones I love. For my love is wide and deep, and no man or demon, no angel, whether fallen or confused, no being alive can go against the power of my word." The child bowed down in fear from the word of the Lord and had the thought to flee. "My child, do not fear, for I am with you. I will guide you in strength, lead you in blindness, and carry you in your times of weakness. I am the Lord, thy God." The child stayed bowed down, but fear had left his body and he was filled with an unearthly joy that could not be explained. "Stand and look upon me and receive this gift, for many are called, but few are chosen. My voice will be in your heart and my ways shall be placed in your blood, so you will know that in your times of loneliness, I am with you." The child looked upon the Lord and was amazed by the loving kindness that was portrayed by the sight of the Most High God. The child reached as a paintbrush was handed to him by the hand of God. "My God, my Father, I I still don't know what to do with this paintbrush. What shall I paint on? Is it a magic wand to make cakes and candy? Once again, the Lord smiled and wrapped his arm around the child and shed a tear. My son, the world is your canvas, and I want you to focus on the words, agape love. You will use this paintbrush to paint a picture of love in times of hatred, of light in times of darkness, of peace in times of war, of me when the world is blind to my existence, and of leadership in times of dismay and disarray. I have given you eyes to see and will take over the words of your mouth when you are tired and weary. The child replied, but I'm just a child. How can this job be for me? The Lord replied, do not fear, for I am with you. I have been with you, and I will always be with you, my son. The child replied, I love you, Father. Will you stay with me? The Lord shed another tear and said, my son, I will be watching you and the works that you will do. I will always be with you and will always have a place saved for you at the right side of my throne. I love you always and forever, my faithful son. At this time, the child began to cry tears of joy as he grasped the paintbrush and God began his return to heaven. Where are you going, Father? I thought you said you would not leave me, cried the child. I must return to my duties as God of the heavens. Always remember that I will never forsake you, my son. God replied as a third and final tear was shed. These 3 tears shall wet the paintbrush forever and ever, and it will never become dry. But Father, before you go, what is agape love? The child screamed with hopes of getting more time with God. It is a love only I can give, an unconditional love that gives with no hopes of receiving, a love that forgives all and puts all others before oneself, an altruistic action that you will paint, God declared with power. The child replied, thank you, Father. I love you with agape. The Lord looked back at the child with a heartfelt grin and said, I love you always, my son, Jesus. As the Lord returned to heaven, there sat a child on a curb with a paintbrush, lonely but loved by God. Happy holidays. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you in the next video.